Showtime is in the house. Anthony Pettis joining us today. Anthony, how are you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm a couple days away from getting my belt back, and I'm feeling good.
You know, you have that undeniable confidence. Where does that come from? And of course, how much of that is predicated on the fact that you pulled off maybe the move of the century on Benson Henderson?
Yeah, I think my confidence comes from my training. I put the work in the gym. I have great teammates. I have great coaches, and I have a great camp. And I put the work in, man. I don't take any shortcuts. I train hard for this. I sacrifice a lot for this, and that's where my confidence comes from. I mean, the fight's won in the gym, and come Saturday night, it's just time to perform.
Anthony, a lot of haters say you got too much confidence, that you're cocky. What would you say to those haters?
I mean, confidence and cocky go hand in hand. It's very close, but I'm not a cocky guy. Anybody that knows me, I'm very, very, leveled. I'm not the guy that goes out there and acts cocky. Any fans that know me, I speak to all my fans. I'm very confident. When it comes to your job or to sports, I mean, this is what I do for a living, so I better be confident at what I do.
Can you talk to me, walk me through the ninja kick? I mean, obviously this is your highlight of all highlights, the kick off the cage. Where the heck did that come from?
The kick itself comes from Taekwondo. When I was in Taekwondo, a young kid, we used to jump off walls and break boards for demos. And I was just playing around in the cage, sparring with my little brother, and tried it in the cage. Duke liked it, my coach, and we just perfected it to throw it in a fight. And you got to have the confidence to throw something like that. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're throwing a move like that. But for me, it landed perfectly, and it couldn't happen at a better time. The last round in the title fight, I needed that kick to win the fight, and it happened. Yeah, man, I'm very versatile out there. I mean, I'm one of them guys that I don't like to have any limits. If I limit to myself what I can do, then I'm gonna go out there and second guess my game plan, second guess my skills. For me, I like to go out there and just react. I don't go in there with game plans. I react to what happens, and if I see openings, I take them.
You're half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. You grew up on the south side of Milwaukee. Can you take me through that life experience as a child? Was that tough?
Yeah, I mean, south side of Milwaukee, most people don't really understand or know how it is out here. It's a very lower class neighborhood where I grew up at. I grew up with drugs, gangs, all that surrounding me. I lost my dad at 16, a block away from my house, in a house robbery. So I was faced with a lot of trials and tribulations as a kid, and for me, it's something that I'm proud of to make it to where I'm at and know that where I should be at or where I could have been at. So I really got to give credit to my mom. My mom was the rock of our family. And she's the one that kept me on track and led me to do what I am.
Half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. Do you speak any Spanish?
I don't speak Spanish. I understand it, and I can have a conversation in Spanish, but I feel like I have an accent, and when I speak it, I sound too American, so I don't speak Spanish. You
know what's really funny? I'm a Korean American. I could barely speak a lick of any Korean, but you speak a little bit of Korean, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up doing Taekwondo, and when you're learning martial arts, the instructor's job is to teach you a little bit of Korean, so counting and knowing some of the sayings, I can speak a little Korean. You
know what I love about America? You're half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. You speak more Korean than the Korean guy. I love that, right? Come on. BJ Penn, he's contemplating retirement, talking about maybe moving back down to 155. What would you recommend for BJ Penn, and would you welcome him back? Would you take a fight with BJ?
BJ Penn's a legend, man. I look up to BJ Penn. I've met BJ. We have conversations. This guy's a legend. He's one of the guys I look up to, as a fighter. He was, one of the greatest of all times to do this sport. And BJ Penn can go wherever he pleases. I mean, he has the skills, he has the experience, he has the knowledge to fight wherever he wants to fight. And my goal is to be the best 155 in the world. And if he comes down to 55, that's what I would have to do. I mean, he's a tremendous, great fighter, and I really look up to the guy. But if it comes down to fighting him for a belt, then I got to fight for him.
Do you think that if he were to drop down to 155, do you think he deserves an automatic title shot?
I don't think he would get an automatic title shot. There's too many guys in line. This division is stacked. 155 is the most stacked division in the UFC.
So last question for you. Anthony, what's it like being that good looking, my man?
It's hard, man. It's hard out here for guys like me.